So brothers and sisters, for example, Islam came to put rights and boundaries, whether the husband and wife stay together or whether they separate and go their own ways. For example, the father-in-law and the mother-in-law, they remain mahrams from the moment their children get married. Your son and your daughter got married, suddenly that son-in-law, that daughter-in-law, that father-in-law, that mother-in-law on both sides become permanent mahram. Yani she can take a scarf off if she wears it. She can sit alone with her father-in-law in a room in privacy without a mahram. She can shake his hand and so on and give him a respectful kiss on the forehead or a hug, whatever their culture is, because different people show their affection in different ways. And even if the husband and wife separate, the father-in-law and mother-in-law remain mahrams for that wife, even if she is no longer the wife. And the father and mother of the wife also remain mahram to the, he remains, the husband, who is no longer her husband, remains a mahram to his mother-in-law forever. And that's because you have children, and those children remain related to their grandfather and grandmother forever. They also remain related to their uncles and aunts from both husband, mum and dad's side. What hurts me a lot that I see all the time is that the husband and wife, if they don't get along or something goes wrong between them, unfortunately, they drag their children into their problems and they let them suffer by depriving them their relationship with their grandparents and their uncles and aunts if they don't like the other spouse. Wallahi, this is a major sin. And Allah will ask us about our children and our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. If the cycle continues, we are responsible for starting that. We'll be in our graves and we're responsible for cutting off that tie. What's between the husband and wife is different to what is between our children and the family. Just because I don't talk to a certain person of my, for example, an extended family, should not be my children's, problem. Sometimes, when it comes to in-laws, there may be a forced or a pressured obligation on either the husband or the wife to do certain things for the in-laws or the extended families which Islam did not oblige upon them. But we turn it into an obligation, and we even turn it sometimes into a test of their loyalty and their love. Yani if this person's wife serves his parents and families and agrees to live with his mother and father and all the time, then this is a test of her loyalty. And if she doesn't want to, then we seem to say, no, she's not a good daughter-in-law, or she's not a good sister-in-law, and she doesn't love her husband. And sometimes we say it about the son-in-law. I have cases like that, where the son-in-law is expected to do certain obligations towards his in-laws, and if he doesn't, then he is a bad son-in-law, he's a bad person. Not necessarily. Yes, Islam came to solidify the bond, that when you get married, you offer beautiful services and bonds and kindness and goodness to your father-in-law, to your mother-in-law, if you can, to your brother-in-law and sister-in-law, to their families. Whatever goodness you can do forward is amazing because it increases the bond. But to come and sit there and we judge and we oblige, even if it is, against their privacy, even if it means that we're going to deprive them of their autonomy and their personality, and then we call them names and put them under the ground, and we say that they're not good. This is haram, wallahi al-azim. I'll give you an example. In Islam, it is the right of the husband and wife, when they get married, our sons and daughters, to have their own dwelling and live alone, separate from their parents. This is an established fact in Sharia.